Oh, well, good evening, everyone. For those of you who are on, hope you enjoyed the scavenger hunt. That was a lot of fun. We have got a brilliant call lined up for us tonight. It's something really in my own heart, but all I have to do tonight is just tell you a little bit about Annika, who's really pulled it all together, and she's our main speaker. So let me tell you about her. She's a mum of two, and we just saw them in the scavenger hunt. She's a QNMD, and she's been in the biz for about 9 years. Her interest in health was peaked 15 years ago in the chiropractic industry, which started a journey of researching and implementing healthier lifestyle changes over the years. And it culminated in her studying to be a functional nutrition therapy practitioner, and more recently, iridology and sclerology. Clever lady. She is passionate about helping people make simple lifestyle changes that move them towards better health. And her vision is to create a movement, I think she's doing that already, a movement of people who take 100% responsibility for their health by empowering them to be proactive about making change before they get sick, rather than waiting for a health crisis to make them. Needless to say, she's a raving fan of our Juice Plus products. Over to you, Annika. Thank you.
Beautiful. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited about tonight's call. Now, I'm just going to share my screen and hopefully this works. Can everyone see that? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to be talking tonight about customer retention. Now, I know it's not always the most sexiest of subjects. I think there's always, though, so much emphasis put on getting the customers, but not on actually keeping the customers. And the thing is that we all know how many seeds we have to plant to get that one customer. So sometimes we're lucky and we'll be able to get that customer after talking to them only once or twice. But sometimes it's a matter of years that it takes for somebody to be actually ready to come on board and really want to make changes with their health. So if we are doing something where we're taking a long time to cultivate and do those and to plant those seeds, we really want to make sure that when they come on board, that they're actually going to get the most amazing experience from us. And I think this is one of the things that we really need to do by looking after them and future pacing them, that this is not a quick fix. It's not, as with anything with nutrition, it's not something that you take and, the next day you feel amazing. It's like exercise. It's like all these different things. We need to have the care there for them to see the value in the product. So some people are really great. They feel a difference within a couple of days where they're starting to feel a bit more energy, but then other people don't feel any difference at all. But it might be the fact that they have a test result that comes back and all of a sudden their test results have changed because of being on the programs that we've got. But the thing is that unless they're staying on the product, then we can't actually get any of those sort of results for them. I know one of my closest friends who started on the product, she actually didn't see any results until 8 months. And it was at that 8-month mark, after chronic illness of 16 years, that she finally started to get a little bit of energy. But if I hadn't been looking after her up until that 8-month mark, she never would have got that little spark of energy that instigated her being able to go to the gym. And then from there, she was able to make other changes through the programs and things that we have, to the point where she's actually now completely in remission from what she was, completely in remission for her health condition. Now, this never would have happened if we didn't actually coach her through that. So this is why we really do need to be careful, because this is a gift that can actually change people's lives, but we don't want them taking it and then finding that, oh no, it didn't work. Didn't do anything for me. Okay, it's fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables work on everyone. On some level, they're going to work for everyone. So I think we need to be able to share the beautiful resources that we have and really guide our customers through the lifestyle changes, and then really look at how many lives we can personally impact. Now, as well as changing people's lives with their health, we want to also have a look at what is a customer worth to your business. So say, for example, just on the core 4, we've got just in 4 months, a customer's worth $183.50. In a year, we're looking at that one customer is $550 that you're getting from that one customer. In 5 years, you're getting $2,752.50. In 10 years, you're getting $5,505. Now, you've got to understand that all of this is residual income. So we're not actually, really, it's only those first 4 months. If we really look after them in that first 4 months, most of the time you've got a customer for life. So I've put an amazing amount of work into having a look at what the residual income is for each customer as we go through just the fruit and veg or the premium pack or the omegas, and these resources are all under the files section of the Life Movement Hub, and I really encourage you to go and have a look at that, because it just sort of is another reason as to why you're wanting to have that customer stay on with you. So money in this business is really built around that core customer base, and what we want to do is really make sure that we've got our own self-qualified business, and then wanting to have others to do the same, teaching others to do the same. And by doing this, we're having a really stable income and a really stable business that is long lasting. So to be able to get all of this in and to have customers for life, what do we need to do? So I'm just going to share with you in 5 really simple steps how we can keep those customers on board with us. So the first one is getting to know your customer. Can you guys see this thing? That's really annoying me. I'm going to put that down there. So the first thing is to get to know your customer. So when you first talk to them, before they even start on the product, we want to know, what are their health goals? What is it that's making them make the decision right now to start Juice Plus? What is their pain? Who is it that's in their family? Like, we want to be able to record down, what their husbands' names are, what their kids' names are. Why now to try Juice Plus? Now, the reason why we're going to record all this down is that we want, for them to make a commitment of, okay, this is what we want out of our health, and then we're able to help them through the Juice Plus products and also through the programs to achieve those goals. But the other thing as well is that we're able to later on track against those goals, and they're going to forget those goals, especially if they go away and they achieve them. It's very easy to forget things. So want to send that in, and we also want to see what is their preferred method of contact. So do they prefer us to email them? Do they prefer us to text message, to call them? So find that out right from the beginning. And the other thing as well is just let them know about the programs. Sometimes people are wanting to make changes really quickly, and so something like the Kickstart 10 is a really great product to get them on. But sometimes it's just too much. Like, sometimes they literally got so much on their plate, or their health is that bad, they don't have the energy or capacity to do anything else but just take the product. And sometimes just taking the product is a big deal. So we want to really help them just to get that little win of having the product in their system, so that they're starting to see those results and they're wanting to make more changes. So the place to record down this information. Now, this is one of the biggest gifts that I was given. I had so many different ways of recording down on notepads, on Word documents and things like that. And I never realized that in our virtual office, we have this amazing application called the address book. So if you go to my personal file, address book, and then in there, go to the end of the customer bit, and you've got that little drawing tool, and that's just edit contact. So once you go in there, you've got all these amazing fields that you can record down their birthdays, you can record down their family's names, you can record down their health goals. So what I do is I record down the health goals here, and then I just save at the bottom. Then afterwards you can view all notes here, so that you've got a running commentary of every single time you get in contact with them. You can write in there what your interaction with them was. So this is something that really changed the way I did business, and I've found that I'm able to track things so much easier. Even you've got your main health concerns there, and you've also got what their exposures have been, like Juice Plus exposures. You can open that out, and you can actually record down all the different things in there of what they've, if they've tried the complete, if they've tried the omegas, that sort of thing. So once you've got this recorded, it's all in one place. Each time you have an interaction, you're putting it in there, and then, as I said, you view all notes here. So whenever I go and do a customer care call, I'm always going into here first and reading everything before I talk to them. So now we want to, step 2 is drip feed exposures. So in the first 2 weeks, we want to add them to our customer care group. Once I have got their order, then I'll actually post this. I'll post a welcome letter, and because we don't get a lot of post stuff anymore, and I still get really excited when I get a letter in the mail. I'm really sad like that, but I also want them to read it, and anything that I want my customers to read, I post, because in emails we just get inundated with emails, and we all know how many in our inbox never even get read. So this is one that I do recommend having as a postage one. So I have a welcome letter in there, how to take the products, and if they're on multiple products, then I'll actually put all the different installments of each one, because they might have, the complete powder that's only on a 2-month installment, and then they're on the veg blend that's on the 4-month installment. So I'll have that all listed down there. I'll also have a document all about water, so basically telling them how important it is to drink water, and one of the biggest nutritional deficiencies that everyone has is not enough water in their system. So if they're having Juice Plus and drinking water, they're already going to see massive health changes with those 2 things. Now, I also put in a document about detoxification, because as we're flooding our bodies with massive amounts of nutrition, our bodies can go through a bit of a detox, just like if we do a juice cleanse, or a kickstart 10, we go through those detox. So just letting them know that if they do experience headaches or any of those sort of symptoms, then drink lots of water, flush it out, and it is quite normal. It's not something that they need to be concerned with. And again, it's putting on the front foot, so that they're expecting this. So if it happens, it doesn't matter. They're not going, oh gosh, this product doesn't work. Like these are the symptoms that I've experienced, and so no, this can't be a good thing for me. We then want to give them access to our customer care programs, How to Plate Up and Kickstart 10. And as I said before, some people are ready to start straight away. Some people just let them know that it's there, and it might be something that 6 months down the track they might want to give a go. But the How to Plate Up is a really good one, just for them to start up on, just so they have an idea of how to plate up each meal. And then after about the 10-day mark, 10 days to 2 weeks, just follow up just to make sure that they've received the product, and that they know how to take it, and that they actually are taking it. Okay, so day 30. This is when I will send out, and I'll email this one, what's happening in your blood. So it's basically saying that, okay, you may not be feeling any different, but already you'll be noticing differences in your blood. That's basically just a little bit about that. It's a little bit of a boring document, so that's why I email that one. But what I do say in my actual email is that, okay, these sort of results that you're getting already within the 30-day mark, imagine what you'll be experiencing in 6 months, in 1 year, in 5 years. Again, it's about future pacing, that we're expecting them to be on the product long term. This one I love. So this is something that I'll send out at 6 days, and if they're not on the complete, then I'll send it out with the complete, along with a recipe and this document. And this one, I like to post this one as well, just because it's not one that probably people would open up as an attachment. But I love it because it's saying that it takes 3 to 4 months to be completely replaced. But it also tells us that, say, if we stop having any sort of vitamin C in our diet now, in 4 weeks, our vitamin C levels will go to 0. But we won't see any symptoms of scurvy for another 12 weeks. So it's just showing how nutrition is a slow process. It's like like a house plant. If you don't water a house plant for ages and it starts to curl up its leaves and die, and then you start watering it again, it'll start to live and it will start rejuvenating, but it will still have those dead leaves. So until it drops those dead leaves and is all new foliage, then it will still have those effects of not having that good nutrition or good water during that time. So I quite love that document. Okay, then 15 days before the next shipment, we ask them, do they want their order brought forward or delayed? I say, if you have gone away on holidays or something and you've been forgetting, then we can delay it, or otherwise if you're needing it to be brought forward, then we can do that. So I never ask them, do they want the shipment? I always expect them to have that shipment. And the reason why I expect it is because of this next step, the customer experience survey. Now, I think this is the most underutilized tool in our business. This is the absolute gold. So if we're not coming back and tracking with them at that 90-day mark what their experiences have been on the product, then we are everything's pretty much lost. And I'll say this from experience, because even just recently, I for some reason I managed to sign a customer up and I didn't actually diarize my normal customer care for the person. And it's interesting because it's come to that reshipment and they're not reordering. And I don't know why, it just fell through the cracks. It's the first time it's happened in a really long time, but it was really interesting because I was like, oh, it's perfect timing for this call, because it just goes to show how much this makes a difference in customer retention. So the 90-day experience survey is found under quick links or under the resources tab in your virtual office, forms and applications, resources, and customer experience survey. Now, this is something that you don't want to do via email or via text. Really make sure that you talk to them. And I'll actually tell them at the very beginning that, when you're finding out their method of contact, I will say to them, look, at the 90-day mark, around 90 days, I'll be contacting you and I will give you a phone call because I want to track what your experience has been on the product and how you're tracking against your original health goals. So they know that they're going to get that phone call from me. And so I don't have any issues with actually getting through to them. Now, what we do in this, I start off the call connecting back to their original goals, how they're tracking with them, what have they found. And it's interesting because at this time, I also asked them, oh, yeah, and how have you found the experience of Juice Plus so far? Oh, yeah, I haven't really noticed much of a difference. I said, okay, yeah, no worries. Do you mind if I do a quick 2-minute survey with you? Yeah, great. Okay, and Joe, this is where the gold is, because most people don't notice that their nails are starting to get stronger. No, most people don't notice or make the connection that it's the Juice Plus that's made them have really strong hair now, or really thick hair, or that glow on their skin. So, or that they haven't had any cold or flu-like symptoms. So it's all these little things that when they go away or they improve, because they're little, you're not actually the connection back to it being a part of the product. And so through this survey, that's exactly what we're doing. We're really cementing in what this product has done for them. So once they've done that survey, I'll actually record down all the results of what they said yes to in the same section of the address book function in the virtual office. And then I'll also at this stage ask them how they went with the complete that I sent them at that 60-day mark. And is that something that they'd like to add to their order? So you can see why by the time I get to that 15 days before their order's due to go out, I already know that they're going to reorder. It's not a matter of if they're going to reorder, it's just a matter of do they need it brought forward or delayed. Now, step 4 is keeping in touch. So make sure really when you finish that process for the first 4 months, you've pretty much got them. If you've got that right, you've got them. And I think the biggest thing is that now you've got the recorded down what their health goals are, you recorded down what their results were. So if they decide that they want to cancel their Juice Plus later on down the track, you've got a record of, oh, okay, well, remember how you started to sleep better, remember how you got more energy. And that's another thing as well with the energy. If they say they don't have any health goals, one of the things I always ask is, you know, do you feel like you could have a bit more energy? Or do you feel like, you know, you just need to be, are you a bit foggy-headed? Would you love to be a bit more clear-headed? And because the majority of the time, that's something for everyone. So if they don't have any health goals, at least you can get some, you can usually get a yes out of that. So after you've done those 4 months, it's really you've really cemented that beautiful relationship, and you're now just drip feeding a little bit of keeping in touch stuff. Okay, so as I said, like, you know, you see how much a customer is worth to you over a period of time. All you have to do is put in a bit of work in that first 4 months, and it's not even much work. I wouldn't even say it's an hour. So it's really pays big dividends to be able to invest that time and effort into them. So always keep in contact with them before each order goes out. Now, I know they get the reminders from head office, but I always like to send them a reminder. Every Monday, I have a look at my virtual office and just have a look at which ones are going out in the next 15 days and send them a text. And the reasoning behind that, yes, we want them to be independent and get their, do their office, their own office thing. But really, it's so much simpler for them just to say, oh, look, can you just put it off for a month? So it's part of, we just don't want them to be overstocked on product. It's not something that is leaving a nice Juice Plus experience for them. Kickstart, and this is such a powerful tool because I see with my customers, you know, doing that every single month. Sometimes they plug in once a month, sometimes every 2 or 3 months, but after each kickstart, it's like, okay, what's your one simple change that you're going to make after this kickstart? And so when you're changing anything else, just one simple thing that you know that you can change and implement into your lifestyle. And so then, and they can see as well, make that connection of how good they can feel if they change everything, but changing everything is not sustainable. So let's just change one thing. And then after a year, 2 years, they can see again how much of a change they've made over that time frame from when they first started Juice Plus. So again, it's just a part of being on that journey and being plugged into our community. Birthdays, you know, send them a little birthday card. I've got a calendar next to my desk, which I just write all their birthdays in, so that I've got a month to view of birthdays from my cheap, well, my free little calendar from the library. Christmas, we are wanting to talk a bit more about Christmas. I've got my Christmas stuff already. I'm so excited about Christmas. But we'll have a chat about Christmas at the end because this is a really lovely time to spoil our customers. So we'll come back to that. Workshops and online events. So whenever you're doing any sort of, you know, events, don't think of them as just for your prospects. Always invite your customers along because they're getting exposure to the business, they're getting exposure to the community, and they're adding value. Like we're adding more value to them in whatever we're doing our workshops on. Engage them in our community, either like through our customer care page, through our online events and things. And then also the other thing as well is Juice Plus Recipes channel, I think is something that's getting really underutilized and is such an amazing resource that we've got, and they're beautiful recipes. It's actually really quite incredible. So if you haven't checked it out, it's a nice, easy way of just touching base with someone. You know, if you know they're a complete customer, send them, you know, one of the complete recipes, and there's some really beautiful summer recipes and things there as well. So it's a nice, again, simple change that people can make. They're all really easy to do, and so, you know, nice breakfast replacements for rather than the cereal and milk or whatever it is. So okay, so and then step 5 is to get creative. Now, the customers that you attract are your tribe. So what interests you interests them. So bring your love of whatever it is into your business and into your customers. And I know we've got a few people that I'm going to call on that have really done this so beautifully. But, you know, like say Kelly Ray, she loves her lawn bowls. So, you know, have a customer event where you all just go lawn bowling together. How much fun would that be? You know, or do some online stuff. You know, I think the thing is that whatever you love to do, you want to make this business fun. And so make it fun for you, and it will be fun for your customers, and you'll be able to build a beautiful community out of it. So I wanted to, first of all, we have got Christmas coming. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Has anyone got any questions before I get started? Everyone pretty good? Yes? Great. Now, I just wanted to share with you some little ideas for Christmas, because really this is... Yeah.
Can I interrupt? There are actually some questions in the chat. The first one, Olivia just posed a really fantastic thing. She said she actually gets quite nervous to do that Juice Plus Effect survey. Do you just want to address that? Because I actually think that is something that a lot of people really struggle with, that 90-day contact. And I guess the fear comes from the fear that they're going to turn around and cancel. So next, do you just want to address that? And I think Amber also asked another question there as well.
Cool. And we'll do this one first, because none of the questions are coming up for me. So yeah, so with the 90-day survey, I know if I don't do it, they're not going to re-sign, because, and the reason why I'm not nervous about doing it is because it's not like I've just given them the product. And I would be nervous if I'd given them the product and then 3 months later I just did the survey with them. I'd be a little bit nervous. But I think the fact that I've given them the water, the detox, I've given them, the fact that it's a slow process, then I find that it's not an issue. But I think even if you don't, even if you haven't done anything else, even if you've just given them the product, got their health goals, hopefully you've got their health goals at least, and then do the 90-day survey. Yeah, like honestly, I've never had one person that has had full no's on this. There has always been something that's been a yes. So you can go, oh, wow, so you're sleeping better now. That's incredible. So imagine what it will be like in another 4 months of being on the product. Imagine what it'll be like in a year. Like your blood renews every 4 months. So really, this is like what I call the detox phase, is those first 4 months. This next 4 months is when you're really starting to hit the wellness phase. So the first detox months, you're still, you're clearing out stuff. You might get sick, you might not feel so good, but that next 4 months, that's when you're really hitting your strides and you're starting to really enter into that wellness phase. So I think, does that help, Olivia?
Awesome answer. Amber has asked, are you able to tell me how to find my previous and cancelled customers list?
All in your address book. So they should all be in, so as long as when you've put the order in, usually how you've got that button, process order and add customer to address book. So if you've done that, all your customers are in your address function, already there, nicely recorded, waiting for you to put your notes in there. Yes, and you can manually enter them as well. So if you inherit customers, then I just pop them manually in there, and then put in all their details as well. Any other questions? No, awesome, good. Okay, so Christmas, because I love Christmas. I wanted to do a little brainstorming session of what you're going to do for your customers this Christmas. So I'll let you know, like in past ones, I've done little, because I've got rocket growing like a weed in my garden. I love it. So I got the kids, paid them a bit of pocket money to harvest all my rocket seeds. And I just made up little envelopes and sent them out with homegrown organic rocket seeds in them. In other years, I've done, God, I can't remember all the different things that I've done now. But yeah, just little gifts. And I think this year I'm putting in a little pack like that. So it's just got a little dream card, like pop open dream card, and a lip balm, like a raw organic lip balm. And then for my customers that have been with me for a longer time, I'm putting natural macadamia nuts in with that as well, chocolate coated macadamia nuts. So I think just do things that have to do something for them for Christmas, just to say thank you for their support. I do a little Christmas card in there as well, just really thanking them for all the support throughout the year. And I just also, because there's a lot of people that are amazing with their customer service in our teams as well, and I'm going to ask them to share with us first, and then I'm going to put on some Christmas music, and I want everyone just to brainstorm different ideas of how we can help our customers and what we can do for them during this Christmas season especially, but any other different customer care events and things like that that you might want to share with us. Like, some of the customer care events, because I love yoga, so we've done yoga down at the beach, and everyone's the team have all brought a dish and we've had breakfast afterwards, or you're doing like a raw high tea. They're the things I love to do, so that's why I've done that. But start having a think now of all the things you love to do and how you can inject that into your business. The one person I think has absolutely nailed this is Jessie Lee Brown. She just is incredible. I love how she brings spirituality into the nutrition, into the Juice Plus, and like, oh my gosh, she's created the most amazing, beautiful tribe. So Jessie Lee Brown, I would love for you just to share a little bit about what you do for your customers and how you make it your own and how you make it fun, customer care fun.
Yay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me on this call, because customer care is by far my favorite thing. And exactly what Annika said about just getting creative, guys. Like, we have so much structure when it comes to this business that, this is where you step into your true authentic self. And before, a few years ago when I started, I was like, what makes you different in this business? And do you know what I realized? That it is all about your customer care. People want to join a mission run by you. They have picked you to buy Juice Plus off. So my biggest advice is to find something that is true, authentic to you. I love spirituality. That is what I do. So what I have done this year and what my girls do, and I can't speak highly enough about my team, because my team do implement the same things that I do with each and every single one of our new Juice Plus customers. We give them a little welcome pack. Exactly what Annika is saying when it comes to just a beautiful flow. We welcome them into the BU club. We give them a little welcome pack. But for Christmas this year, and it's something that we, like I said, we strive ourselves on. So we are the BU Soul Sisters. That's who we are. We created our own very own name brand. We are just a group of women. And what we do is we go out and we buy little trinkets for people. So Kmart is our favorite place. When things are on sale, we go out and buy. We go get incense, we get rocks, we get stones, we get paleo, cento, we get crazy things. And what we do is we pick these up when it is cheap. The biggest advice I've got for you guys is to invest in your business the whole year through, not just at the end of the year. Every time you get a payout from the Juice Plus company, put $5 away or put a little bit away to invest, so that Christmas time you can gift every single one of your customers a beautiful gift. Now, I've told my girls, if they can't do exactly what I do, that is okay. But a Christmas card with Now, I don't know if you can see this, but we've got these little containers that we get from Kmart. Guys, this is it. We put a little bird nesty thing inside. We get a rose quartz. We pop it in there. Now, I don't know if you guys know our motto, but it's be bold, be brave, be beautiful, be you. Live your best life and make your mark, and know your angels have a plan for you. So what we do is we pop a little feather in there as well. It is really about your creative, guys. This is what I love to do. This is what our customers will be getting for Christmas. They also will get a little card, a little inspirational card with what the rose quartz means. Now, I've printed it out in a big form so you guys can see it, but I'll print these out in little handheld little bits of paper so they can take this with them everywhere they go to know that the BU Soul Sisters are here to help them create confidence in women through spirituality and nutrition. And that is it that we do. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And it's so you. So yes, please connect to what resonates with you, because this is how you attract your tribe. So I want also for Nicole Stewart has beautiful customer care and some gorgeous ideas. So I'd love Nicole to share a little bit with us as well.
Okay. Hi. Yeah. Well, what I did last Christmas was, and I'll probably do it again this Christmas, was I just got these little cards off the JP Tools website, which kind of look Christmassy and healthy. And then I just sort of typed out sort of a generic, but also would personalize as well, a little message, and just saying, to thank them for their for supporting their body with Juice Plus, and wish them a fantastic Christmas, etc. And then last year I put in a couple of $2 scratches in as well, and some little glitter, and I just posted that to all of my customers. And I got a lot of people, messaging me back saying they won something or they didn't, but they were so appreciative of it. So I do that. I've also my daughter and I have just made some little Christmas shaped soy wax with my Joy Essential Oil blend, Christmas blend, little sparkles on it, put them in an organza bag, and that looks kind of cute as well. So that will go out to some of the customers as well. And I also have a Facebook group as well, so we sort of connect on that and wish them all a happy Christmas. And yeah, that's about it. I always message my customers constantly throughout the year, so I'm in touch, and they know that they can feel free to message me about any issues. So they generally don't go direct virtual offer at the head office. They usually get me to do it, which I'm happy to do. So I'm very approachable and available to my customers. I try to make it clear from the beginning that any issues, just message me. So yeah, that's about it.
Gorgeous, love it, love it. And I think it's all about just keeping it all. And it doesn't have to just be about Juice Plus, like make them your friends. We want to have fun with these people. They're our tribe. And the other thing Nicole touched on as well, which I thought was really good, was also having the JP sales tools that we've got as well. So, just remember them in the background, because that's a nice way of gifting different things to your customers as well. Now, I will also ask Carla Thomas, because this girl is customer care queen. Love her. So I would love her to share a little bit of her sort of gems. Is everyone finding this really, really helpful? Yeah, awesome. Carla, over to you, love.
Yeah, look, I think from the very get-go, when I came into here, it was really sewn into me that customers come first, and I've always led with that in everything I do in 10 years with this business. That is why I came into this myself as a customer, and that's why I do what I do. So putting customers before team, if I'm frank, has always been the way I've gone, simply because your customers can't look after themselves, but your team can, in the sense that they can get up and show up for themselves and do the work. But it's your job to be there for your customers and give them the best journey possible, because that's why we ended up here in this business. And when you look after your customers, if they decide to come on board as a team member, we've already half trained them, because if they've gotten the customer care they deserve, they actually know what to do pretty much when they come on board. If there's any reason, like I've seen a lot through the feed, and I don't mean this in a harsh way of people going, I didn't know this existed. You know what? In this day and age, guys, from the minute you sign up for this business, the tools are all given to you, from your welcome email, Juice Plus, to the Facebook, official Facebook page. And I know that your team and your team leaders on here today all have documents everywhere. If you haven't found them, that's where you've really got to step up and go, where am I actually not putting in the effort to go and study the customer care and learn how to do it and put it to action? And I say that in like the kindest way of like, you've got a choice now. You can actually go do something and learn and become better at it, which is really cool. Because I can definitely say I've had customers in the past where I'll probably be like, could have improved here and there. And over the years, you find your way. But I think doing it consistently, not just like when you need to, not just because they're due for a shipment, not just because it's Christmas. Like my customers are like, some of them become like mates or friends. I've known what's going on in their lives over the years. It's not just because of Juice Plus that I touch base. I'm very aware of what kind of relationship they want from me, if they want a little or a lot, but either way, they are sticking with me because I'm giving them value, I'm giving them care. No one cares what you have to say until they know you care, and they know it goes beyond Juice Plus when it comes to me. But I also, I make sure that, you know, they're dipped into our customer care Facebook page if that's what they want. They get the welcomes, you know, from the get-go when they sign up with me, whether they want contact, you know, or not. They get a birthday card. If they've had a baby, they get something sent to them. Like it's about the special occasions as well, and it's getting to know them, so then I can add that extra value as well. That's what gets people sticking around or coming back, or, you know, even if they do leave as a customer, they'll speak highly of you and they'll refer on. There's no bad blood. I think that's really, really important to know. Find your own way with it. Lastly, guys, I'm not creative. I love the idea of all these gifts and packs and knickknacks. It's not me. And I'm so okay with it because I shower love on my customers the way I know how. That's them being on my database to get in like a weekly juicy email with different recipes and things. That's them following me on my social media. There's these little points of contact, be it text message or a phone call, or you know, all the little things that I send out that help them. I know how to love on them in my way and with my personality and flair, and that's what they appreciate. So I used to get caught up in listening to stuff like this and thinking, oh my God, like what if I can't do that, or if I've got too much of this time or not enough time. And then I just learned to do it in a way that was me. And as long as it was coming from an authentic place of like genuine care, they'll feel it. So just appreciate your customers, look after them well, prioritize them. Because they inevitably are the people that are going to keep that, you know, that retention and that money ticking over. But also, as we say, guys, your team generally come from your customers as well. So never forget that.
Thanks, Carla. And I think that's really a good point, because I think, you know, I do some gifts, but I'm not the big gifty person like welcome packs and stuff. I do it in my way. So again, make sure that you're doing it you're not doing other people and caring or anything else. Just make sure that you're loving on your customers in your way. So I think that's brilliant. Also, the one thing that I didn't touch on before was with cancelled customers is if your customers say that they want to cancel, first of all, bring them back to their health goals of why they originally started Juice Plus and what it was that they got, results that they got. And then if they're on the child health study, because they can only go on it once, I always say to them, look, instead of cancelling, what I'll do is I'll date your or delay your order for 4 months, which is the maximum that we can delay it for. And then if in that 4 months you still want to cancel, yeah, no worries at all. But let's just see how you feel going off the product, because a lot of the time, especially if they've been on the product for a long time, they actually forget what it was like not being on the product. So it's actually really good to have those, in the address book function, again, recorded everything down. And then also it's giving you permission by saying, oh, we'll delay it another 4 months, to be able to contact them again and be able to ask them, okay, right, in that, how are you feeling? You know, how's your energy levels? Is this something that you would like to go ahead with, the cancellation? And I'd say 80% of the time, they're actually coming back on board again. And I actually learned the hard way because I was having to re-sign them up under different names or whatever. So, so just keep their order open. It's an excuse to contact them again. Now, we're running out of time, but I just want one more person to share. Carla DaCosta, if you can just share in 1 minute a little bit about your customers, that would be amazing.
Can do. Yeah, I'm all about personal relationships. I'm glad that I'm at this end of the call because I'm not a big gifter either. So I was pleased to hear other people in front of me with the welcome packs. New clients, especially if they are on a 4 monthly cycle of anything, they do. We have like a call together, whether it's on the phone or a Zoom, so that I can understand their health goals a little bit more. And I'm just always in contact with them. And most people, I find, because I've met them on social media, most people prefer the contact to remain on social media. But I'm always in contact with them. So when it does get closer to that reshipment date, there's no surprises to sort of hear from me. And really the only time I really sort of send them out anything too much is, coming into Christmas time. I do send out a small gift. This year I've made like a little special oil for my clients. I generally send them a recipe. One of our customers, she makes candles, so she's making a little mini candle for each of them. So I kind of like pull even on some of my more talented customers that have little businesses to sort of create little things for my clients. But that's, for me, it's all about personal contact and building relationships beyond the Juice Plus product, because I do find most people, they do come to you for Juice Plus, but there's always an underlying thing that's really brought them to you. And when you can understand that, and then you really get to know your customer, it does become a personal relationship.
Gorgeous, love that. And I think especially like being able to also utilize, your customers' business as well. Give back to them. So I think that's beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Carla. Now we have sort of run out of time. So I was going to play you some music and I wanted you to all just put what your commitment is. Actually, we've got 1 minute. I'll do 1 minute. Have a little think what your commitment is for your customers for this Christmas, or what you're going to, that one action step that you're going to take for your customers ongoing. So I want you to type in your chat right now. I'm going to play Christmas music as you type and we'll get going. Oh, and I get an ad.
Hey, Neeks, why don't you just
Okay.
read a few out so that they're listening to the recording?
One thing I'm going to say is I love the Christmas cocktails event, Tamara. That's a brilliant idea. I'm so using that one. That is just fun. That's me. So, yeah, totally stealing that one. Okay, so we've got Carla's going to commit to doing the 90-day survey. She needs a new copy of this, so we'll send that out. Oh, it's all in the virtual office. So under the resources tab. Kim's done a really good thing, like just making sure that you're doing dedicated customer care once a week. So 1 hour every week. It's just like looking at your virtual office of who's coming up, making sure that you're recording down your customer care for each person at the beginning so that they're not getting left behind. Okay, we've got somebody, Judy's going to send out some complete to her customers. Tamara's going to send out a new ebook to all her customers. Fantastic. Actually, and that's another thing we can look at. If anyone has some good printers that can print bulk cheap, then please share on the Life Movement Hub, and we can all get some, like we can all go to that same place and support that business, because Officeworks is ridiculously priced. Okay, 90-day survey, a lot of people are going to do. That's fantastic. And then personalised Christmas cards. Yeah, please handwrite. It's just so much more beautiful. I know, like, I get a really sore hand at the end of it, but it makes such a difference. I think having a handwritten Christmas card to, you know, like businesses send Christmas cards that are typed, and I don't know, I don't feel the love. Okay, what else have we got here? A small Christmas mini inspiration book for Christmas with a complete sachet and recipe. Little bowlers gifts from Kelly Ray, love it. And going to start recording customer information. Oh my gosh, you will not look back if you start doing that later. Some Christmas cards out from Sam. She's going to start using her Office for customer details instead of paper. Yeah, that was life-changing for me. It was so willy-nilly when I was doing paper. I'm just not that organised. I love it being all in one place. Well, thank you guys so much for the incredible ideas that you've all shared. I think this is what I love. It's all about coming together and brainstorming, because we've got the most amazing creative minds, and I'm not that creative at times, so I love being able to listen into all your wonderful ideas. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please use this resource for your future teamies as well, so that they know how to really love on their customers. And I think we'll stop recording.